Welcome back to Broadcasting Seeds, where we plant ideas in the fertile soil of your mind and let them sprout into the wildest theories and truths you can imagine. I'm your host, Bennett Tanton, and today we're diving into one of the most intriguing and mysterious concepts that tie together history, conspiracy, and societal transformation: the fourth turning. Now, if you're thinking, what's a fourth turning and why should I care? Well, sit tight, because by the end of this episode, you'll not only understand this compelling theory, but you'll also see how it connects to the strange, the cryptic, the paranormal, and the downright conspiratorial. Trust me, this is going to be a roller coaster ride through time and ideas, so strap in. Imagine history as a giant Ferris wheel, spinning through cycles that each bring their own set of challenges and transformations. Every cycle is broken into four parts, and today, we're smack dab in the middle of what Strauss and Howe call the fourth turning. It's a time of crisis and upheaval, where the old structures break down and new ones emerge from the chaos. Sounds dramatic, right? Well, it is, and we're going to explore exactly why. In this episode, we'll break down the fourth turning into bite-sized segments that even your conspiracy-averse Aunt Edna could follow. We'll start by understanding the basics of the theory, and then look at how past fourth turnings have shaped history. Next, we'll dig into whether we're currently in one. Spoiler alert, we are, and it's wild. We'll also explore the roles different generations play during these periods and finish up with some practical tips on how to navigate these turbulent times. So grab your tinfoil hats and your favorite beverage, because we're about to get deep, weird, and wonderfully insightful. Welcome to the fourth turning on Broadcasting Seeds. All right, let's kick things off with a crash course on the fourth turning theory. Now, if you're new to this concept, don't worry. I'm here to break it down for you. The fourth turning is the brainchild of historians William Strauss and Neil Howe, who studied the cyclical nature of history and noticed a fascinating pattern. They observed that history seems to repeat itself in cycles, each lasting about 80 to 100 years. And these cycles are divided into four distinct turnings. Think of these turnings like seasons: spring, summer, fall, and winter. Each one brings its own vibe and challenges. The first turning, or high, is like spring, a time of renewal and building up. Society feels optimistic, institutions are strong, and there's a sense of collective purpose. It's like everyone singing Kumbaya around the campfire, holding hands, and looking forward to a bright future. Then comes the second turning, or awakening, which is a bit like summer. Things are hot and intense. People start questioning the established order, pushing for personal and spiritual growth. It's a time of rebellion and change, where the seeds planted in the high start to grow into something new and different. Next, we enter the third turning, or unraveling. This is autumn, a time when the leaves start to fall and things begin to come apart at the seams. The collective consensus of the high erodes, institutions weaken, and society becomes more individualistic and fragmented. It's like everyone's doing their own thing, and the cracks in the foundation start to show. And finally, we arrive at the fourth turning, or crisis, our winter. This is when the cold winds blow and we face a period of upheaval and transformation. Old institutions crumble, and society is forced to confront existential threats. It's a time of chaos and uncertainty, but also one of potential rebirth and renewal. New structures emerge from the ruins of the old, and the cycle begins anew. Now, you might be thinking, okay, Bennett, that sounds interesting, but why does it matter? Well, understanding these cycles can give us valuable insights into our current times and help us prepare for the challenges ahead. By recognizing the patterns of the past, we can better navigate the present and shape the future. Now that we've laid the groundwork for understanding the fourth turning theory, it's time to put on our history buffs hats and explore some real-life examples of fourth turnings. Buckle up, because history is about to reveal its cyclical nature in some surprising ways. Let's start with the American Revolution. Picture it, the late 1700s. The American colonies were simmering with discontent under British rule. The institutions and structures that had once seemed stable were now sources of frustration and oppression. This period of turmoil fits perfectly into the fourth turning model. Colonists banded together, fought for independence, and ultimately reshaped the political landscape, leading to the birth of a new nation. The old order was overthrown, and a fresh, innovative system took its place. Fast forward to the mid-19th century, and we find ourselves in another fourth turning, the Civil War. The United States was deeply divided over issues like slavery and states' rights. Tensions that had been building during the previous turnings reached a boiling point. The result? A brutal and bloody conflict that tore the nation apart. But out of the ashes of war emerged a more unified country and significant societal changes, such as the abolition of slavery and the strengthening of federal authority. Now, let's jump to the 20th century and the Great Depression, followed by World War II. This period is a textbook fourth turning. The economic collapse of the 1930s shattered the confidence in existing institutions and brought about widespread suffering and hardship. People were desperate for solutions and strong leadership. Enter the New Deal, a series of programs and reforms that aim to stabilize the economy and provide relief to those in need. However, it wasn't until the global crisis of World War II that the fourth turning truly climaxed. The war demanded extraordinary sacrifices and united the country against a common enemy. In the aftermath, the United States emerged as a global superpower with a renewed sense of purpose and a robust, modernized economy. So, what can we learn from these historical fourth turnings? First, they teach us that periods of crisis, while incredibly challenging, also hold the potential for profound transformation and renewal. It's during these times that societies are forced to innovate, adapt, and build new structures that better serve their needs. Second, these examples highlight the importance of strong leadership and collective action. Whether it's fighting for independence, abolishing slavery, or defeating tyranny, it's clear that united efforts can lead to monumental change. We've journeyed through history and seen how the fourth turning theory has played out in the past. But what about today? Are we living through another fourth turning? Well, Grab your magnifying glasses and let's play detective, because the signs are all around us. First up, let's talk about economic instability. The Great Recession of 2008 sent shockwaves through the global economy, shaking confidence in financial institutions and exposing deep-rooted systemic issues. It wasn't just a blip on the radar. It was a seismic event that left lasting scars. Fast forward to the present day, and we're dealing with a pandemic that has further disrupted economies worldwide. Supply chains are strained, businesses are struggling, and unemployment rates have skyrocketed. If this isn't economic upheaval, I don't know what is. Next, let's examine social and political polarization. It's no secret that society feels more divided than ever, whether it's political affiliations, social justice movements, or debates over public health measures. The cracks in our collective consensus are glaringly apparent. The erosion of trust in institutions, from the government to the media, has fueled a sense of disillusionment and unrest. Protests and movements are sweeping across the globe, demanding change and accountability. Then there's the rise of technological disruption. We're in the midst of a digital revolution that's transforming how we live, work, and communicate. While technology has brought incredible advancements, it's also introduced new challenges and uncertainties. Issues like data privacy, cybersecurity, and the ethical implications of artificial intelligence are hot topics. The rapid pace of technological change is creating both opportunities and anxieties, further contributing to the sense of living in a time of upheaval. Another hallmark of the fourth turning is the emergence of existential threats. Climate change, for instance, poses a significant risk to our way of life. Natural disasters are becoming more frequent and severe, and the impacts of global warming are impossible to ignore. Additionally, geopolitical tensions are escalating, with conflicts and power struggles unfolding on the international stage. These threats challenge the stability of our current systems and demand innovative solutions. So, are we in a fourth turning? The evidence certainly points that way. We're witnessing a period of profound disruption and transformation, much like the historical fourth turnings we discussed earlier. The old order is being questioned, and new paradigms are emerging from the chaos. We've dissected the theory, explored historical examples, and identified signs of our current fourth turning. Now, it's time to turn our attention to the generations that live through these cycles. According to Strauss and Howe, each generation plays a unique role during a fourth turning, and understanding these roles can offer deeper insights into how we might navigate these tumultuous times. Let's start with the heroes, the generation born during the previous high, now coming of age during the crisis. Think of them as the young adults ready to tackle the challenges head-on. In the past, they were the GI generation who fought in World War II. Today, they are millennials. Often criticized for their avocado toast and love of selfies, millennials are also known for their strong sense of community and desire to make a difference. They're the ones on the front lines, whether in protests, tech innovations, or grassroots movements, striving to create a better world out of the chaos. Next, we have the artists, those born during an awakening. These folks grew up sheltered from the rougher edges of societal change, but are now entering adulthood with a unique perspective. In the post-WBS era, they were the silent generation, who navigated the complexities of a rapidly changing world with a focus on stability and conformity. Today, they are Gen Z. With their digital fluency and creative prowess, they bring fresh ideas and innovative solutions to the table. They're not just making TikToks, they're using technology to advocate for change, connect communities, and challenge the status quo. Then there are the prophets, born during a high and coming of age during an awakening. These individuals are known for their values-driven approach and often lead the charge for moral and ethical reforms. The baby boomers fit this mold. Raised in the post-war optimism, they were the youth of the 1960s, pushing for civil rights, environmentalism, and other social causes. Today, many boomers are in positions of power and influence, and their decisions significantly shape the course of the crisis. Lastly, we have the nomads, born during an unraveling and coming of age during a crisis. These are the pragmatists, often characterized by their resilience and survival skills. In the past, they were Generation X, growing up in the shadow of the Cold War and the economic uncertainties of the 1970s and 1980s. Known for their independence and skepticism of institutions, Gen Xers are now the experienced leaders and advisors, providing a steady hand during turbulent times. Each generation brings its strengths and perspectives to the fourth turning, creating a dynamic interplay of ideas, actions, and solutions. The prophets set the stage with their visionary ideals, the nomads navigate the practicalities of survival, the heroes rally together to confront the crises head-on, and the artists bring creativity and innovation to rebuild and reimagine the future. We've explored the theory of the fourth turning, looked at historical examples, and examined the roles different generations play during these transformative times. Now, it's time to get practical. How can we prepare ourselves and our communities to not just survive, but thrive during a fourth turning? Let's talk strategies for resilience. First and foremost, build strong communities. During times of crisis, the strength of our connections with others can make all the difference. Get to know your neighbors, engage in local organizations, and foster a spirit of mutual aid. Whether it's through community gardens, local co-ops, or neighborhood watch programs, having a robust support network can provide both practical assistance and emotional support. Remember, together we stand, divided we fall. Next, focus on adaptability and flexibility. The fourth turning is characterized by rapid change and uncertainty. Those who can pivot and adapt to new circumstances will fare better. This might mean learning new skills, being open to changing career paths, or even relocating if necessary. The key is to remain flexible and ready to seize new opportunities as they arise. It's like being a surfer. Ride the waves instead of being overwhelmed by them. Another crucial strategy is to diversify your resources. This goes beyond just financial investments. Think about diversifying your skills, knowledge, and even your social networks. In uncertain times, having multiple streams of income or skills that are in demand can provide a safety net. Similarly, having a broad network of connections from different backgrounds and industries can open up new opportunities and perspectives. Self-sufficiency is another important aspect of resilience. This doesn't mean going off-grid and becoming a hermit, but it does mean being prepared for disruptions. Stock up on essentials, learn basic survival skills, and have a plan in place for emergencies. Whether it's growing your own food, knowing how to repair things around the house, or having a go bag ready for evacuations. A bit of preparation can go a long way. Mental and emotional resilience is just as important as physical preparedness. The stress and uncertainty of a fourth turning can take a toll on our well-being. Practices like mindfulness, meditation, and regular physical exercise can help maintain mental health. Building a strong support network of friends and family can provide emotional grounding. Don't hesitate to seek professional help if needed. There's no shame in taking care of your mental health. Lastly, embrace a mindset of innovation and creativity. The fourth turning, while challenging, is also a time of opportunity. New systems and structures will emerge from the old, and those who can think outside the box will be at the forefront of this transformation. Encourage creativity in yourself and others, be open to new ideas, and don't be afraid to take calculated risks. In the end, the fourth turning is a period of profound change, but also one of immense potential. By building strong communities, staying adaptable, diversifying our resources, becoming self-sufficient, maintaining our mental and emotional health, and embracing innovation, we can not only weather the storm, but help shape the new world that emerges from it. And that's a wrap on today's deep dive into the fourth turning. I hope this episode has given you some valuable insights and practical strategies to navigate these turbulent times. Remember, history may be cyclical, but we have the power to shape our own destinies within these cycles. If you enjoyed today's episode, please take a moment to like, share, and review the podcast. Your support helps us reach more listeners and continue planting seeds of curiosity and knowledge. And if you have any thoughts, questions, or topics you'd like us to cover in future episodes, don't hesitate to reach out. You can find us on social media or drop a line at our website. Until next time, stay curious, stay resilient, and keep planting those seeds of knowledge. This is Bennett Tanton, signing off from Broadcasting Seeds.
Yeah. I got bad thoughts that make my mind scared. Hold me hostage and they don't fight fair. Who gon' pray for me and wipe all my tears? Who gon' save me if you not right here? Move this darkness and make my sight clear. Take me your way cause I don't like here. Ghosts of my past, they feeling the night air. Wake me up, I'm trapped in my nightmares. Wake me up, I'm trapped in my nightmares. Drowning, I'm off the deep end. Apparitions of all my demons. All my thoughts are committing treason. All alone, who gon' hear me screaming? Manifestations of my fears. Regrets that stretched out for light years. Can almost touch the light, homie, it's right there. Body free but trapped in my nightmares. Wake me up, don't let me drown. All the lights are